Our guest today is no stranger to the show. Please help me to introduce Patricia Molle APRN-BC.
Hey guys.
Hey, how are you today?
Wonderful. Always so good to have Jonathan come to my practice.
Hey. Hi, my name is Jonathan McLean, and I'm the founder and CEO of McLean Aesthetics.
Welcome to the dark side.
Let's go. Hey, Patricia, how are you?
Hey, Jonathan, I'm great.
Good, good. Nice. What new services are you offering to your patients?
Yeah, so I have an esthetician. Her name is Renee. She's fabulous. So what she does is all different kinds of facials customized on a person's skin complaint. Mm-hmm. We also offer the Diamond Glow facial, which I love. I'm obsessed with. We do microneedling with PRP, and then the new facial device that I carry now is a facial laser. It's the BBL, the broadband light, with the Moxie non-ablative laser.
Now, there's so many choices out in the market, I find, right?
I know.
How do you make the best decision on what to add to your practice?
You know, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to myself sometimes because I feel that, you know, it's not just one treatment modality for every person. Yeah. That's why I offer different things. But I think a lot of people can benefit from, you know, a multiple choice of facial treatments. So I try to be specific to the person's complaint, and I want to bring on board things that work, you know, so everything that I offer is effective. Obviously there's science behind everything aesthetically that I, you know, carry and do. But as long as it's effective and safe for my patients, like that's how I decide what to bring on to the practice.
Nice, nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Really studying instead of hopping on that trend, every trend, just studying what you think is most effective.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Absolutely.
Now, I recruit for a lot of different practices, NPs, PAs, things of that nature. And one of the questions they always ask me is, John, what are some pros and benefits of joining the industry? And I would love you to explain kind of some pros and benefits of this industry.
Okay. So aesthetically, this industry is incredible. We are in a generation where people are now aware of anti-aging things, you know, to do for their skin, for their well-being. I feel like our generation is more focused on like a healthier stance in general. Yeah. We are fortunate to be a part of that and kind of be the leaders in teaching people like, hey, you have options now. Like, you know, 20, 30 years ago, Botox was presented, and I feel a lot of people were intimidated by it. They were, you know, afraid of looking artificial. They were afraid of not looking like themselves, and there's still some kind of stigma from that. Yeah. And we're breaking through, thank God, because I feel that a lot of people are now becoming more acceptive to it, and I feel that even more men. Mm-hmm. A lot of men are hesitant to aesthetics, and now that they're seeing that you can still inject and look like yourself and still look natural, it's a great field to be a part of. So in the sense of wellness and, you know, for other injectors, practitioners, physicians, it's a great field to be a part of. You're dealing with people that are happy and looking forward to seeing you and looking forward to their next treatment. I know it's, you know, difficult for a lot of people that don't have the aesthetic knowledge, and they work in different fields that sometimes can be draining and, you know, stressful, and it's a different world of medicine. It's, you know, it's fun. I don't consider what I do work. It's what I love. So when I come here every day, it's like a child to me. It's my little, you know, baby that I am growing and nurturing, and it's just something that I want to do, and I, you know, love it. So it's fun. Yeah. Obviously you have to have like the artistry eye for it, which I think separates a good injector from, you know, a lot of people that don't have that creativity, and you're going to get like a suboptimal result. Yeah. That's important too. So I feel like if you have that, then absolutely go for it.
Awesome. Yeah. And I wanted to touch on, I know you said that there's so many procedures you can get now that most people couldn't get back in the day or before.
Yeah.
How important is like health and wellness combined with aesthetics? I know if you get one thing, if you don't do the other, how?
It's so important.
Yeah.
Internally, our bodies are experiencing different things at all different times. So hormones, thyroid issues, GI issues, all of that takes effect to your skin. It absolutely does. Your habits in the sense of what you do recreationally, whether it's alcohol consumption, smoking cigarettes, things like that, it definitely causes an effect to your skin in a negative way. So health and wellness go hand in hand. If you fix things that are going on internally that are off and you eliminate recreational things that are harmful to your body, you're going to see a difference in your skin. Absolutely. Even something as simple as like water intake, being hydrated. If you drink more water based on your body weight, you're going to see a difference in the way that your skin looks, feels, glows, heals. So internal, health and wellness is directly linked to external health and wellness.
Wow. Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And another thing that you said where there's still kind of a stigma attached to this industry.
Yeah.
What kind of stigma do you think there is and why do you think it's still here?
Yeah. So I feel that there is just some type of negative connotation when it comes to aesthetics.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think when a lot of this stuff came out, maybe people were over-injected, overfilled, and they didn't look like themselves. And I feel like that may have scared a lot of people that weren't exposed to aesthetics. And, they just thought, I don't want to look like that. That doesn't look like, Jane. Now she looks like someone different and not a good way. And I feel that aesthetics has evolved. And now our goal is to have undetectable injections and look like yourself, just a better version. So it's slowly conforming. It's taking time. I find a lot of men, when I see them for a consultation, men are very apprehensive. The first thing they say is, I don't want to look different. I want to look like myself. And I mean, I agree. I'm a conservative injector. So I get it, but there's a lot of people that don't understand that technique and I think are still doing it. And that's what gives the bad rep, maybe. But I think we're kind of emerging out of that stigma. It's just, unfortunately, still kind of there.
Yeah, that's very interesting what you said about men because personally, before I even got into this industry, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then as I started doing it, I was like, I tried Botox first time. I was like, wow, this is pretty good.
And you loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. Right.
Yeah, it's good.
What are men getting now? What are they trending towards?
Botox, definitely. Filler is still a little bit for male clients that I've seen. If I feel like they need volume, I really tell them this is what you need, and most of them are accepting and they trust my judgment. But I feel like most clients will start with Botox for sure, and then once they see that they look themselves, feel themselves, they're more approachable to doing things like microneedling, a little bit of moxie here and there, as long as they are reassured that they'll look the same, just in a better way. I think that's key to have them do like a multitude of things.
You heard that? See? So you won't look any different. Try it out for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, there's so many med spas around, right? And some are really busy and some are kind of slow.
Sure.
And I always say it comes back to customer service, right? If you have good customer service, you'll have a line out the door no matter what type of economy or anything is going on.
Yeah.
What are some white glove service things that you could recommend for providers to try or that might be great?
White glove. I feel I'm a big believer in how you treat someone. So I feel like that is the ultimate white glove service to provide 24/7.
Yeah.
If you treat a patient with respect and dignity and they receive that attention from you, they're more likely to come back. You also will build trust with that. If you take your time and you hear what they're saying in the sense of like what they're not happy with and what they want to fix and obviously what they can like financially afford. If you're really there for them and you can understand where they're coming from, the session's always going to be great because they trust you. You know, there's no tension. There's no, you will take down their level of fear. And in that, I feel like that's a white glove service in itself.
Yeah.
Obviously, like giving them time too, because if a person feels rushed, it's not a nice feeling, and they're more likely to not come back because you didn't treat them with the time that they deserve, you know? So I feel like how you treat them in that sense is what builds that rapport.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, last time we were here, you were telling me you were building your social media and things of that nature. How has that been going for you?
Great. I'm still doing it by myself, which is challenging. I am looking for someone to help me with that. But I just haven't found the right person yet. I make the time, and when I can do it, you know, I feel like there's a big difference in my clients getting exposed to new products and services. There definitely is a direct social media link to patients as far as volume, 1,000%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you just using Instagram, or are there other ones?
I just use Instagram and Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
A lot of my referrals are word of mouth. So most of my clients have a direct, either family member, friend, acquaintance, spouse that has been injected by me.
Wow.
So that has worked for me very well.
So do you believe in more like, I guess in the education, because you said education, do you believe in more of the educational videos versus like the kind of the trendy dancing ones? Or how do you?
I mean, I just think whatever you enjoy doing, if like you enjoy doing that, do it. You know, if you're good at it, do it. If you have a rhythm and you can dance, do it. Show it off, you know?
Yeah.
I like both. I laugh at the, you know, dance ones that I see, but obviously the educational ones, they're going to provide more of a connection to your future patient, because if they hear you talk and you know what you're talking about, they're going to want to come to you because they're going to say that person is not knowledgeable, safe, you know, knows what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I can definitely understand that.
I would lean more to that side, but I would definitely maybe say do both just to keep it, you know, keep a variety.
I do find it wild because nowadays I'll talk to people like randomly on the street and they'll be like, this person has 136,000 followers. I want to go see them, but they haven't even seen their work or really anything.
I know.
A trend.
I agree. I feel that people nowadays want to see what you can do and they want to see work. And I feel that that is a direct link from social media, that it gives us the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's authentic work, I feel like that speaks for itself. But to each their own, I would say.
Yeah, no, I can definitely understand. Now, I watch so many interviews, and one thing I never hear providers discussing is really longevity in their career. And I wanted to ask you, like, well, how do you feel, or what are some tips you can do to have longevity in your career?
Yeah. So I guess it just depends on the person's goals. So if you are comfortable with working for a practice and you don't want the overhead and you don't want to deal with the headaches of like running and managing your own business, then, you know, building your clientele slowly, obviously longevity will, you know, be present if that's what you want. If you want to own your own practice, it's something that you got to step out of the box and do it. You know, I'm a firm believer of just kind of putting yourself out there and sink or swim. And we're humans, we have animalistic instincts at times. And if you put yourself in that environment, most of the time we don't sink.
Yeah, and I can agree with that more. Like sometimes it could be scary to kind of go to the next level and you're like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know what's going to happen. And then you do it and it's like, boom, you're there.
Absolutely. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you listen to any podcasts, or how do you stay motivated?
I don't listen to podcasts, believe it or not. I don't have time. I wish that I could. I just always want to be there for my clients, and that's what motivates me is to get another client to believe in this industry, believe in aesthetic medicine, believe that they'll look different, feel different, be happy. I watch a lot of things on like social media as far as educational videos on different providers and you know, like I said before, like their techniques and just new science behind products. That actually keeps me motivated. I love going to seminars and just learning different things. That's what keeps me motivated too. But just getting that next new client that is so timid and, you know, fearful of what their face is going to look like, how it'll change. And then when they come back and they're in love with it, that's what motivates me.
Yeah, no, I get you. I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
Who are some key leaders in the industry that people can look towards?
As far as injectors?
Yeah, injectors, or it could be like business professionals, anybody that's in the realm of aesthetics.
Let me see. I mean, I'm a big fan of mid-level providers, meaning, you know, people like myself, PAs, nurse practitioners. I really like Injector Bunny. I think she's informative and educational. I think she's a key for social media in the sense of like aesthetic medicine. I like Shelby from Ruma. I think she's great and again, educational, but also fun and does things, you know, to entice people. And I really like that. There's a lot of, I would say there's a lot of physicians that I respect and observe from, but I connect more with the mid-levels providers.
Yeah. Especially because you're a mid-level, so it's probably like certain things you experience that It is.
Yeah. It's a different level of education and understanding. And I feel that, you know, you connect with what you're familiar with and what you're similar to.
For sure. Now, lately, I've been seeing so many celebrity skincare lines. I'm like, what's going on? Is this like so much money being made here?
I know.
How do you feel about them? Would you ever use them or recommend?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot to choose from. I feel that if they're pharmaceutical grade and they're researched well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I would totally try them. Awesome. I'm a big fan of, you know, the pharmaceutical grades like that are out there now. I feel like the science behind a lot of them is pretty solid. But if the celebrity brands bring that to the table, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Is there any training that you can suggest for providers that are looking to get training?
Yeah. I actually, when I first got into this industry, I'm trying to think of the name. This is I'm just like brainstorming right now. Is it Allele? Kevin Harrington yes. I can't remember what the name of his facility is, but I think it's Allele. Medical training, Allele something. It's by FaceTime Aesthetics in Orlando. Okay. Love them. I love Kevin. He's phenomenal as a trainer. He actually travels all over the world and trains injectors, and his program is out of this world. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in his practice, and he actually goes from beginner to advanced, but he does it in a way where it's like one-on-one training, which I think is super, super, super valuable. Realistically,
how many hours really should you be continuing to educate yourself each week or each month still?
I mean, I don't think there's any. Yeah. If I had to say, I would say spending like several hours a week, maybe like 3 to 4, and just kind of watching what's out there, looking at different techniques. There's so many different products that constantly pop up. I would say several hours a week in the sense of like being familiar with what is out there, because clients come in all the time and they're like, do you do this technique? Do you do that technique? And I need to be aware of what they're talking about, you know, and I don't do any specific technique. I kind of just look at a person's lips and enhance them based on what I think that they want. You know, there's no name for that. It's just injecting, right? So, but if they talk about it, I want to know and say, oh, hey, listen, I don't offer that technique specifically, but I do like a combination of things. So yeah, training, I think paying attention to what's out there a couple hours a week, and then obviously going to conferences and learning from other providers. I would say doing that every 3 months would be key.
Wow. Yeah. Is it important to have like a great referral network? Because I know there's some procedures you don't do, or somebody might need a facelift versus injectables. How important is that?
I think that's super important because we're not all able, you know, like we're not, I'm probably going to butcher this, but like jacks of the trade or
jack of all trade.
Yeah. We're not that. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. And there's things that I don't do as far as injections, and I will gladly say, hey, I don't do that for XYZ reasons, and I want you to go see someone who does. This is the person for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Would you say your go-to is still lips?
It is. It is. Yeah, it is. That's kind of what I'm known for. I think I told you this on the last interview. I do more Botox than anything. I don't post that on social media just because it's a little bit harder for me to get someone back in 2 weeks to take a post picture. Usually they're good and I don't see them again for 3 months. So I don't really have the photos to kind of back up the 2 week, visit, but I do more Botox than anything.
All right. So have you tried the new Daxify? Are you getting that in?
I haven't. I have been creeping on the providers that have, been injecting it and just kind of trying to see if it's something that I do want to carry to my practice. It's on the possibility list.
Awesome.
Based on what we find, in the sense of clinical outcomes. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Patricia, for sitting down with me today.
Absolutely.
Tell everybody where they can find you and what you got planned next.
Yeah, of course. So I am located in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. It's Molle Aesthetics. I'm just looking to actually have fun with where we are here and make a presence known in Palm Beach County. And we are doing that.
Nice. Well, come visit her. Check her out. Such a nice facility.
Thank you.
Can't wait for you guys to see it. But until next time, bye.
Bye.